channel. My name is Onyebuchi. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. On one of my previous videos, I got a comment from my girl Ore. I think I'll put the comment somewhere here, and she asked that I make a video on my expectations on marriage versus the reality, and I thought, oh, great idea. So here goes. First of all, I'd like to say that I I I I don't want to sound like an authority on marriage because I think the way marriage works is not one size fits all. So if you start dishing out your own ideas and expecting someone else to take that wholly and apply them, it may not really work, and that's like putting unnecessary pressure. So really, it's everything applies to people differently. So I'll be talking on my own experiences and my own expectations, not just I'm not trying to say, oh, this is what must work for everybody. Um, so the first thing I'd say about my expectation versus reality was thinking about marriage as a fairy tale as opposed to like a proper life work or expectation. So when I dated my husband for a few years, and when I thought about marrying him and us starting life together, I just thought about us marrying him, us getting married, and being happy, having kids, and they lived happily ever after. That's how I saw the marriage. I didn't think about how we make all of that happen, or what exactly we needed to do to make this marriage a fairy tale. Mine was especially hard because I relocated immediately after I got married, and I left my job, my friends, my family, and came to the UK to join my husband. It's not as if I did not know I was relocating. I planned to relocate, but I didn't prepare my mind for the change. I really just thought about marriage, like, oh, I'll have a beautiful wedding and I'll relocate to the UK. I did not think of how I settled in the UK. I did not think of how I settled into the marriage. And that's something I struggled with a little bit because my expectation of marriage was just vaguely marriage. So settling into a new space with a partner in a living space, and trying to understand our duties as individuals, as married people, our chores in the house. Those were things I really really struggled with, and I wish I'd prepared my mind more to it. And I feel like that happens to a lot of girls. Like, we don't really prepare for the marriage itself. We just prepare for every other thing that is beautiful that is capped with marriage. I think I was getting married. I was thinking of, I was like, how I was going to have a beautiful wedding that would be on Bella Ninja, which happened anyway, and how I'll get married and I'll be happy. I didn't think of how I make that happen, and I had to learn that as I went on in my marriage. It wasn't easy because I mean, I personally was really confused on what I needed to do. I was struggling, and that affected my relationship with my husband a little bit. He continued with his life because he was already working here. He went to work and continued, and I was just like, okay, what do I do now? And but I mean, if you have a supportive partner who understands you, you'd figure it out a little bit. It's just something that we should pay more attention to, and that's something I personally struggled with. Another thing that I want to say is having kids. So initially, before I got married, I would always think that when a couple got married, they would have kids immediately. Like, that's how it worked. Um, as I got married, I realized that different people want different things, and that's okay. A couple, like, it's not a fast rule that, oh, if you marry, you get pregnant immediately, you have a baby within 1 year, 9 months time, we come visiting. It's a boy and girl, but like, it doesn't have to happen like that. Sometimes you find people who are trying to maybe wait a little bit or get to a certain point in their career, or whatever reason or the other. Some people are having even actually struggling, and those unnecessary expectations kind of like put pressure on them, and your mind may not be there. You also find people who get married and have children immediately. Whatever one works for you. But what I'm saying is, so, like, be open to people wanting to make choices that are not part of the norm. And as a married person now, I was one of those people that before I got married, I would expect you to have a baby in a year, and I feel so bad that I used to do that. I remember one time a few years ago, like 2 years ago, my friend from high school, we're not really close. We just follow each other on Instagram and we like and comment and all of that. So she got married, and a few months later, she posted a picture, and I thought it looked rounded a little bit. So I immediately just thought, oh, she's pregnant. So I started typing, oh, congrats on your bundle of joy. She didn't say anything that she was pregnant on the caption. I just saw pushing into me and like, or rounded to me and like, congrats on your bundle of joy. Then, as I was about to post it, I thought to myself, we're not even that close. If she didn't say she was pregnant and she didn't tell me that she was pregnant, like, I don't think it is a bit too forward. That was the only reason why. So I now deleted the comment. I didn't post it. A few months later, and even a year passed, and I didn't see any baby. And she was posting like current pictures, and I was like, oh my goodness. That's how I would have gone to, stir up unnecessary emotions from this guy and upset her. And up to now, I still think about that time, and I'm like, why was I so forward? Thank God I didn't post it. Like it could be that she wasn't trying to have a baby, or she was struggling to have a baby, and just that like little comments that you think are harmless that can go a long way. So now, now that I'm on the flip side of the whole thing, I realize that different couples want different things, and you're not going to go about explaining to everybody. So it's okay to like give them a little bit of time. If you are very close to like someone who's married, right now you can ask. But I mean, if you're not, it's really nice to just take a step back and try to understand what it is that they are doing. Okay, another expectation versus reality I've learned in marriage is the intentional need to learn and unlearn certain things. Now, we don't really think about these things, but getting married is coming together to live with somebody that you probably haven't known for the most part of your life in most cases, and then you put now have to like live together. A lot of your ideas are different, like the way you were raised, the way that person was raised was different. And then when you're not trying to bring that together, there's a lot of discrepancy. Like, oh, this is not how I would think of this. It's not how I will handle this. But that's what you think is okay. Vice versa. Like what I think is okay isn't what you think is okay. And sometimes it's even easier. You handle that better when you are dating, because you go back home when you visit the person. Even if you come to stay a day or two, you go back to your house. So people don't have to share the little minute details on or how you would clean the toilet or how do you do the dishes, right? So those are things that you just never really experience while you're dating. But then when you get married, it's like it's a quick flip. Like you go from going home after you visit to living together, and then waking up in the morning and wondering who does these chores, how would you handle this situation, who's going to do the dishes, who's going to do this, or how do you think this should be done. And you realize that to make the relationship work better, there are certain things that you think is ideal as a person because that's how you grow up, that is not ideal to the other person, and then you have to like unlearn those things or learn some other things, and that's an intentional thing that both parties have to do. It's a bit difficult because at first you have to now know what these things are. How do I stop them, or how do I do more? But you have to be intentional, and it's a lot of unconscious work. It's not something that you just like, I'm going to do it today. You really have to take gradual steps to learn to do certain things, to unlearn what you thought was right and start doing things differently, or to just meet halfway and agree upon that. That was something I had never thought about. Like, I dated my husband for like 3 years, and I never I never thought, oh, okay, some of the things I even knew that he used to do when I was dating, I didn't like, not like maybe with like household chores. Like my husband can wash 15 plates for like 10 to 12 hours. He could wash one, come back. And when I was dating, I was just like, this one is just, I wonder what he does. That was my, but I say, when I got married and I had to live in the house with him, I was like, why can't you wash this thing? And I realized that some of the most trivial things were causing problems because I didn't understand how to meet in the middle or understand where he was coming from. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm just going to stop with that. Finally, my thoughts on an ideal marriage is a marriage where there is friendship as like the base, friendship, and then God, then love, then trust, support, forgiveness, sex, 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 proper financial planning. I don't think, like, I feel like there's no marriage that would struggle. No marriage that will not struggle when there is a lack of proper financial planning. It can be from as little as what's the percentage of how are we contributing to this family, how much work are we going to, like, which one, who's going to stay at home more. I before I got married, my husband had the financial talk, and we decided on, oh, how we're going to, what kind of life we wanted to live and how we're going to fund that life. And we agreed that, oh, okay, we would both be bringing into the family financially. And what we now needed to agree on was, what's the percentage of what we are bringing? That's it. That's a different story. I think a bonus thing for marriage, which people don't really talk about, is the ability to love and accommodate the people that are important to your partner. I didn't even learn how important it was until I was married, but it just makes the house warmer. And it's beyond just the person's family, their friends, their interests. My husband really likes tennis. I've never understood tennis. In fact, I didn't even know like what tennis. I didn't understand the tennis game until I met him. But now, as a married person, I've started learning how to play tennis, because it's not because of anything. I don't even think I'll ever be that good. But I just realized that like it made him warmer, where I could. It made him happier, where I could escort him to go play a tennis game. And not only was I just watching him and cheering him on, I actually understood what he was playing. I understood where he could have done better. Or, I felt like a part of his interest. You may not be interested in everything, but they need to try. And this goes across to their family, their loved ones, their friends, their interests, every single thing. It makes the house a lot warmer, where you can show as a partner they are interested in your partner's love and interest, loved one and interest. So yeah, there goes. I want this to be a very interactive video. If there's any other thing you think, please leave it in the comment section below. What else you think is a tip that's worked for you, even if you're single or you're married, or something else that you think is an idea. Please leave that in the comment section below. I would love to see what you think. Thank you so much for watching the video. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I look forward to reading your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much. Bye bye.